Imagine not having to deal with all the hassles of loading a software program, booting up your machine, finding the program on your hard drive, launching it. Well, one venture company thinks it's found a way around all those problems. TV Interactive has developed a kind of SmartPaper that lets you start up a software program just by touching a piece of paper. A signal is emitted, which is then transmitted wirelessly to your PC, and it turns on the program. To tell us more about it, we're joined by the company's founder and CEO, Peter Redford. He's also a veteran of Xerox PARC's Research Laboratory. Good morning and welcome to Digital Jam.
Good morning, Steve.
This sounds a little amazing. You touch a piece of paper and it transmits a signal. How does it work?
Well, it's a special touch-sensitive paper developed by TVI. It's called SmartPaper. I actually have a brochure that was developed by NTT in Japan. It's an interactive brochure, which has a number of selections in it.
Looks like a CD, a cassette cartridge almost.
Actually, this particular brochure can hold a CD. But it doesn't have to. All this could be done through the internet. This brochure allows a TV viewer to see a number of futuristic technologies that NTT may be working on. For example, if I want to see a TV program about the picture phone, all I need to do is touch a picture right on the package, like this, and the TV will immediately show the associated TV program about that subject.
That's amazing. You've got a chip in that package?
Yes, that's exactly the way it's done. A chip is embedded within printed publications, within product packaging.
Well, how does the chip communicate with the PC?
The package or the publication outputs an infrared signal to the TV, and the TV then responds with an appropriate associated TV program.
Well, Peter, most of us are used to infrared devices costing $40, $50, $100 or more. I mean, a TV remote control does. How expensive is this technology in a piece of paper?
Under $1.
That's amazing. How do you get it to so low a price?
Well, infrared technology is very inexpensive. But also, this application will be very high volume. In fact, if you can imagine this going into magazines, there are over 1 billion magazines published every year.
And I understand that advertising would be a big fertile area for application here, and you've gotten a patent on your advertising process, is that right?
We have a number of patents pending, including patents for inserting TV commercials, broadcast TV commercials into any type of interactive media.
Well, this stuff is really gee whiz, but is it still blue sky in the United States?
We are starting to deploy this in the United States. It already started shipping in Japan.
You say you started to deploy it in conjunction with what products or services?
Well, the deployment process requires some infrastructure building, so we are working with key companies in the computer industry and the PC industry in the U.S. to build the infrastructure to fully deploy this technology sometime next year in the U.S.
Give me a further sense of how this could be used, not just advertising, but in other ways.
Well, one of the biggest applications of interactive television starting next year will be movies, music videos. If you can imagine a music video package with song titles printed on the package, you could simply touch a song title and immediately see the music video.
Is this technology so relatively inexpensive that you could almost do it as a giveaway?
Absolutely. In fact, we envision one of the biggest applications will be catalogs, online shopping catalogs, where a TV viewer who receives a catalog as junk mail will be able to touch a product picture in the catalog, immediately see a commercial about the product, and then touch the word purchase printed in the catalog and receive the product by mail.
So you don't have to be PC literate, especially you can just point to a picture and touch it?
Exactly.
Well, you must have LL Bean crawling all over you. Did I touch a sensitive word there? No, seriously, what are some of the big catalog folks, or are you not able to tell us now?
I'm not able to tell you because we are in discussions, but I would imagine that most catalog companies and also home shopping companies will also be interested.
Is there any delay in CD-ROM makers or computer makers implementing this technology?
In the U.S., the only delay for full-scale deployment would be caused by some infrastructure needed to be in place. But that's being implemented right now.
Well, you said that earlier, but I still don't have a sense of what that means. What do you mean by infrastructure there?
Well, the infrared signal that's transmitted by TVIQ, by our technology, has to be standardized. That's being standardized right now. So early next year, once standards are in place, then all packaging using this SmartPaper technology will be able to talk to any PC or PC set-top or living room PC.
There seems to be a gaggle of standard-setting bodies all over the place. Is there a single entity that will make this decision?
Yes, TVI is on the board of directors of IRDA, which is the computer industry's standards organization for infrared communication. And through this body, we are standardizing consumer remote controls that will be used with multimedia computers and living room PCs.
Peter, the PC revolution was supposed to remove paper from our lives. At least now that it hasn't, you're making paper smart. And thanks very much for coming by and tell us about it.
Thank you, Steve.
We're going to continue with Digital Dan, but first we need to take time out. You're watching FN Business Unusual.